Hello? Okay, you're back.
Hello,
Hi.
just wait a little bit.
Yeah, for more people to join.
Okay, so when did you start with politics?
Oh, about, it was like a few months after the election, like when Trump first got elected.
Uh-huh. So are you involved in any uh, organization, political?
Not really. I mean, don't
Uh,
really, like, parties here aren't really good, but there's like the United States Marxist-Leninist organization, and got like,
yes,
yeah, so eventually I'll join uh, political org.
I'm generally from the association, Korean Friendship Association. I'm the official delegate of the for the Slovenia.
Okay,
These are the relations between DPRK and other countries.
good to know.
Okay, uh, has anybody asked something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay, so someone asked, do you like Macedon?
you can start.
So yeah, uh, it's a
Yes, of course,
good
he was.
influence on like my political thought, and he was good, revolutionary, good military leader, and had good ideas in the overall governing of China.
Yes, I think he was the biggest anti-imperialist leader of all the time. Although Maoism killed, the um, biggest number of people in social history of socialism, I think generally he was a very positive person because now if he wouldn't establish the People's Republic of China, now more than 1 billion of people would work for the American factories. Like China would be like Indonesia now.
Yeah, and even though he had his faults, like especially when he got like towards his later years, he was still a
Yes,
great leader, had a positive effect on the Chinese people.
you can continue.
Any other
So,
questions?
do you have any other questions?
Well, not serious ones.
Sorry.
That's fine.
So, I don't know why we have uh, a little number of viewers.
I mean, this is like a relatively new account.
Yes, yes, but you know, I have more than 300 active followers. So,
Oh, opinion on Bothism.
so do you want to start?
Sure. I mean, I don't really know that too much about Bothism, but
Yes, me too. But I think like um every type of socialism except um Judaism is not re- revisionist.
yeah. And when you when you look at Bothism in the Middle East, the original form, that's much better than what ended up becoming of the Baathist movement.
Yes, but it was good. Okay, we have a lot of others joined, so do you have any other questions?
No.
Do you have any question for me, like, comrade?
No, but check the chat.
Okay. Wait, did you invite your friends again?
Yeah, sure.
Uh-huh. Hmm. Okay, finally.
So,
What do you think about the Italians communists? P.S. I'm Italian. Um, okay, so very positive thoughts. Um, I respect Italian partisans, um, because they were too, a lot of them. Uh, Not just Yugoslav and French. Um, and yes, that's all. Glory to Italian partisans.
yeah, the Italian Communist movement has had a good history of anti-fascism and generally struggling for the interests of working class.
Yes, okay. Is that all?
I don't see any other new questions.
Uh, do we have other questions?
Nope.
Okay, so how would you describe yourself as a communist?
I'm someone who like has the highest like my highest political ideals are
Yes,
freedom and equality among people, and like I've always like held those two as something fundamental, even though
yes,
like when I was originally like getting political, it was sort of libertarian, but I moved on from that and came to the realization that uh, socialism and communism are the most efficient ways to strive for that among the people of the world.
yes. But I don't understand one thing. You said you are religious too.
Yeah.
Why?
And you can get religious insight from religious texts. It's something that
Yes.
can you can use to guide your life.
But Marx said that you must abolish religion if you want to be communist. So can you a little describe me that a little more?
Well, in Marx's day, you had like religion had a much more reactionary and significant effect in society.
Yes.
So I'd say that organized religion and its role in politics and in restricting the working class is what is supposed to be abolished instead of like religion outright.
Yes. But you know that just wait. You know that religion is the cause for the most deaths in human history. So can you like describe how can like religion you can combine a religion with socialist revolution?
Well,
Because you know I understand church is different thing um as a religion is, but
well,
generally communists are against religion too.
the way I look at it is obviously religious teachings aren't unambiguous. Like depends on how you interpret it and the conclusion you reach from that. So
Yes,
you can use the message of a religion for good or for bad because people have, in the name of religions, committed both moral and great immoral actions. So, like,
yes, I understand that, but um, you know, when you look at priorities, like why why religion can't be abolished? Because if you look at priorities, religion in the history was always the um, in many cases was the more important thing than the human lives.
well,
So, uh, can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. So, yeah, it depends on how
Yes.
religion's used because you could use
Yes,
it to
because you
keep
know
people
why
down
I'm
and
against religion generally because it like uh it's with the struggle with science and science show that if you don't like follow the science you can't argue with anything with anybody because then it's just a struggle in what somebody believes or not.
I'd say that's more of a question of like following
But you are against the church, or you're for the that country must
like be secular.
own the church.
Yeah, like supervising religion so it doesn't become reactionary force.
Yes, okay. Do you have any questions from viewers?
someone said
Okay,
leave his
finally.
comment.
Happy New Year, comrade. One from the comments, not.
Yeah, I know.
I'm pretty sure Antonio Gramsci wrote an essay about how Christianity can function in communism. Well, yes, we had a talk about that before, um, but um, I respect that are called so socialist, no, Christian socialists, because they were in partisans. There were a lot of religious people too, so I respect religious socialists.
Yeah,
Um,
I didn't know about that. Would have assumed to be written in like I don't know, prison notebooks or something.
yes, I don't know that book too, so I can't tell you much more.
Yeah, I've heard Gramsci's pretty like deep.
Okay, so do we have more questions?
Uh, Someone asked thoughts on
Yes, thoughts on
Castro,
Castro
Cuba.
Cuba. You can start.
I have a good opinion of Castro, even if I think he had some like revisionist tendencies, because some of the things he said were didn't show proper understanding of Marxism, Leninism. But Castro is definitely anti-imperialist and progressive force in
Yes,
Cuba, uh, getting Batista out of power and uh, limiting poverty and raising literacy, like generally achieving a level of prosperity
yes,
for
and
Cuba.
employment also. Okay, yes, I say the same. He's one of my favorite revolutionaries.
And uh, Castro is also a reminder of how national liberation movements can become socialist revolutions.
Yes, so do we have the next question?
Yeah, opinion on Winston Churchill.
Wait, well, he he was where do you want to start?
Well, Churchill was really just a man of his time. He was just like he reflected uh, the same views people had on most things. Like, I think Churchill wrote an essay called like Zionism and Bolshevism, like accusing uh, a Jewish role in the
Yes,
Soviet Union. That was before, I
but
don't know,
you
but
know,
like in like the early
generally Jews,
1920s.
yeah, yes, generally the action of Jews is like more on the side of liberals. not communists. I think socialism is the biggest enemy of Jews, more than fascism, because they, you know, they are um, they're making that same capitalist international that was helped the fascists to that connected itself with fascists.
Yeah,
So I think that the Zionism is on the same ideological side as fascism.
yeah, I'd agree. It's it's just
Like
like
they are
settler
doing,
colonialist nationalism.
yes, they're doing like the biggest terrorism in the world. They made the second biggest genocide in the human history, or maybe the first, because they are the ones who who control the world the most.
Yeah, you have like not only oppressing other like or being a major threat to the rest of the Middle East, but you have lobbyists in America and in the UK, like accusations of anti-Semitism or like among politicians.
Yes, but I don't understand. I think that's um, the the biggest thing I don't understand with politics currently. Um, the who which political sides are for Jews and which are against Jews, because far leftists are against Zionism and Israel, but I saw a lot of that Israel flags among the um, liberal activists, like among the LGBT flags. So I'm confused about that.
Yeah,
So generally, rightists support the Israel. What do you think?
yeah, I agree.
Yes, but they are one of the far right arguments, not a liberal right, but far right arguments is that the world is controlled by the Zionist elite. So that's very confusing.
Yeah, it's like when it comes to far right claims, like they're rooted in some truth because yeah, Zionism has a powerful influence in the world, but the conclusions
Yes.
that they have are wrong.
Which conclusions?
Like that Jews are behind both capitalism and communism, and that they're just trying to uh, oppress white people in whatever way possible.
Yes. So next question. So yes, the question was what do you think about Winston Churchill? He was just liberal,
Yeah,
stupid liberal. I think that his role, like generally the role of the Western allies in the World War II, wasn't um, like wasn't any crucial wasn't so crucial in the um, for the one of the allies.
Yeah, I would say that uh, World War II was more
Yes,
of
it's mostly
West.
won by Eastern allies.
Yeah, but I would say that World War II, at least between like formal allies like France and the UK and America against Germany and Japan, it was more of imperialist powers asserting their own
Yes,
interests
yes,
over.
yes, yes. That that's exactly that. You know that the war between these axis and um, Western allies was the just the um, continuing of the World War One. That was just the imperialist war, but the because the real ideological war was between the Eastern allies and the Axis.
Yeah, like all
Because you know West generally Western allies were on the same ideological side as fascism. Because
yeah, that's
fascism
why
is that extreme condition of sorry extreme state of capitalism.
yeah, like how the West originally was completely fine with Hitler because
Yes, yes.
he wanted
They were
law and order against the trade unionists and communists, and everything he was doing was really just he didn't like communism. His like partially his hatred of Slavic people was because the USSR was well, the Western Russia is Slavic and like historically they've been underdeveloped, so this like feeds into his racial hatred, tying it with ideological hatred.
yes, exactly that. Because all the capitalist countries on the West saw the um, Nazi Germany and fascist Italy as a just as a modern states of the Europe before the war broke out, and they were actually more against. They were all um, um, struggling morally against communism because they were afraid of the revolution in the Europe.
Yeah, and like the 2 years or 2 or 3 years before Mussolini came into power was called like the Red Years because there's a very large influence of socialists and trade unionists. So then
Yes,
Mussolini he has to come up with this reaction. It's rooted in nationalism because uh, to defeat class struggle, you have to promote class unity.
yes, bec you know, yes, exactly that. So, do we have the next question?
Yeah. Do you like mixed communist economies like Yugoslavia?
Well, you can start.
Well, I don't have the best opinion of like having a mixed market. socialist economy because like towards the end of Yugoslavia, you see like a lot of inflation and problems that like generally are characteristic of regular old market economies. So I think it's more efficient than what we have now, but a planned economy would be ideal.
Hello, Roman. Yes, yes, sorry. I've heard you. So, I think Titoism generally was okay in the economical spectrum, but because he was not like privatizing everything like China is now doing.
Yeah, and I like the idea of giving more control of the workplace to the workers instead of like commandist top-down model.
Yes, I think that's all.
Let's see. Next question. So, thoughts on Pol Pot?
Pol Pot.
Well,
Uh, you know, i the most socialist that I have talked to said that he was a revisionist,
yeah, I would
but
say it
I
was,
don't know much about him.
and neither do I, but I agree with that he was not a real socialist because, like, his ideas were like he didn't really read Marx. He did try, but he couldn't understand it, so he stuck with uh, like I've heard he read Kropotkin, and his ideas were more inspired by agrarian Cambodian nationalism, and that he was really
Yes,
just a reactionary who wanted to uh, get a political advantage off of claiming that he was communist.
yes. I think it was more like Vietnam today. Not at all, but yes, the same.
Yeah, he like wanted to go back to the quote unquote golden age of Cambodia. So he's just like
Yes.
extreme nationalist.
So I think that's all.
I think there's one last question.
Do you like Bernie Sanders? No.
Yeah, I don't like if you take a look at his voting record, you'll see that he supported imperialist wars,
Mm-hmm.
which would be like characteristic of social democracy because social democracy needs
Yes, he's
imperialism
a
to
social
work,
democrat.
and he's toned down his uh, or he's watered down his message because like in the 1980s he was saying stuff that would be more like a little more left leaning, but yeah, he's just a social democrat.
Yes,
And especially now, he's more like selling out to what the Democratic Party wants.
yes, just fake socialists.
Yeah, she's just he's too afraid to criticize anything.
Yes, the same. So do we have the next question?
Let's see.
We have one viewer.
Well, you have two.
No,
Yeah,
like
one.
Why are they going away?
I don't know.
They're celebrating or what?
Yeah, I mean now it's like it's 1:15.
Yes, but in the US, but in the Europe it's
Yeah,
ar around 7 o'clock.
yeah. Gonna have a good New Year's celebration.
What?
Like I'm gonna, at least I hope I have a good New Year's celebration.
Yes, yes. Wait, do you go in school there in the USA?
Well, I'm doing on Zoom,
Yes,
and
we
I
we
think
too.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna go back in late January or middle of January.
Yes, we are going the same. The around the 20th January.
Yeah,
Um, so I wanted to ask you something. How much propaganda is there in the USA about like all other systems than US capitalism?
I mean like anti-communist propaganda.
Yes, but how do they teach you in schools?
How do they teach it? Well, uh, last year was more like last year I had like a European or world history and is only towards the later year like they describe uh, socialist movement as being like utopian and
Yes, yes, they are like
yeah they're like
always
it's
um
funny how like people say oh socialism can't work because people have different strengths and intelligence.
yes, but that's it. That is communism. They firstly they don't um like mention that this wasn't communism, but authoritarian socialism. And facts show that authoritarian socialism did work.
Yeah,
And
and
like the most of the Americans, I think, like think that communism is when you abolish all the private property. But this is completely misunderstood
yeah like even
because
in
you are abolishing just the private property in capital. And they're like that fear that they were having that fear that they would lose a house or something.
yeah it's just funny but at the same time it's like it's disappointing
Yes, but
that
did you argue with your teacher about that?
oh yeah
Because I would want to
I
if
have
I would be in USA.
and
And
then
what
like
did, yes,
other teachers like saying stuff like oh Ecuador is a quasi socialist country or something or like borderline socialist country. I'm like what are you talking about?
no, it's not.
I don't know how you get that idea but
Yes, but yes.
like
So the one who asked
I think my
what?
history teacher like unironically thought I was an anarchist or something.
Yeah, you were where?
Like my history teacher thought I was an
Yes.
anarchist.
Well, anarchists are liberal generally.
Yeah.
Generally.
Yeah. Like
anarchist.
it's,
But you
it's like a
know,
funny thing about anarchists is like like the anarchists in the past like are much better than today. Like modern
yeah,
Western anarchists are
no,
just like LARPing.
yes, but you know, firstly, anarchy, uh, uh, that topic with anarchism is very one of the most interesting topics in politics, I think, that
Yeah,
I'm wondering about, um, because anarchism is constantly changing the ideological sides, because that movements that are now like for communism or I don't know for what were the same movements that collapsed communism in Europe. And I talk with some anarchists here in Slovenia, and they're like just um, understanding like that all the left is connected.
yeah. Like anarchism's
You
pretty interesting historical topic. It's what originally got me into
yes, but
leftism,
you
but I
know
never considered myself an anarchist.
I'm not an anarchist too, but if you are, I'm not general anarchist, but if you are um, anarcho-communist, there's a different topic thing.
Yeah, you have like individualist anarchists and the more,
Yes, but that you know,
and then you have ones that are
anarchism is
actually like
just
focused on class struggle.
ge- yes, anarchism is just generally that you are against everything that exists, and that is stupid that people think that it is connected with socialism, these liberal movements.
Yeah, it comes from we have people like William Godwin who was like classical liberal, but he took it to its utmost extremes.
But you know, do you? Okay, so first, I wanted to say something before that socialist um, like Lenin and Stalin um,
Yeah,
were against anarchists,
I know.
but I don't really understand what was anarchism done. Like because I know what was anarchism before the collapse of the socialism in Europe, but I don't really understand what was anarchism done.
Like what anarchism like accomplished or anything.
Uh, yes, and what?
Yeah.
So yes, but are you generally against the LGBT or no? And
No.
Black Lives Matter?
Oh, Black Lives Matter is like a liberal movement, just like
Yes, but you know, it's so annoying. I've talked with the one anarchist who was socialist because he was you are socialist where that's the border. You are socialist when you want that people own the um,
media production.
like workers own the economy,
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter if you are leftist like in this just in the social ladder. You must be leftist in the economical. So yes, and that anarchists told me that um like why are you against gays or these things? Uh, why you don't support LGBT or these movements? But when you are against these movements, you aren't against their rights. You are just against their action. Because I say that um, LGBT and Black Lives Matter is just becoming a brand.
Yeah, it's like uh,
It's
rainbow
literally a
capitalism.
brand.
Yeah, you commodify it. You same way you
Like,
have like Che Guevara T-shirts. Like
yes, but
capitalism
this is
is
like,
like so capitalism is so thirsty for profit that it'll like capitalize on anti-capitalist stuff.
yes, but they need to also have this anti-weight for the nationalist movements. So they nationalist movements are dangerous for capitalists in these peaceful times. But when there is crisis, capitalist international connect itself with fascists.
Yeah, like even though like we live in a liberal democracy, so but eventually it's going to reach a point where like a
Hmm.
free market style liberal democracy isn't going to be more efficient than fascism. So capitalists are just going to end up allowing it to rush in. Can you hear me?
Yes, but
Okay.
yes, but how much chance do you think there is in the U.S. to become socialist?
Like, what's the chance?
Yes,
Well, now, I mean, that's a good question because now we have like uh, polarization towards extremes.
yes,
Like, we're
but
beginning to see that for like a couple years, but then, like, if more people become socialists, more people are going to become fascists. So eventually, you're going to reach a point where, like,
yes,
the
but I
U.S.
think
is
not.
yeah,
Um,
like the U.S. is going to become fascist before it becomes socialist, obviously.
yes, so that's this thing when there is more wisely to support the opposition of you, to create that hate to the other side, because I think that it would be better for Trump to win or not.
Yeah, it's a good point because when we see this like transition to power,
Yes, but
like
do you think that it was better for Trump to win or for Biden?
I mean, I don't know because if Trump got
Who
a
did you
second
vote for?
term, like if Trump got a second term, like what would change? Like I don't know, liberals would just keep complaining about Trump for another 4 years, but if
No,
you know,
yes,
since Biden won, like we're still going to have the same problems, but people aren't going to be complaining about it as much because like there were ICE, like you have like immigration customs enforcement, you have immigrants being deported, like that still happens, but if Biden's in power, like people aren't really going to be caring about it since it's just going to be liberals.
yes, but so first, who did you vote for?
Oh, I didn't vote, but
Yes, but I mean your family and that.
yeah, well, they
For
voted
who do
for
you know?
Biden.
Uh-huh. But you know, Do you know Slavoj Žižek?
Oh yeah, I know him.
So that's a philosopher from our country.
Yeah,
Um, he's like he's a kind of communist, but he described that he voted for why he voted for Trump, but he was communist to create that hate against the other side.
yeah,
Because
like
now,
accelerationism.
yes, but if we just continue with that shitty liberal or this centrism, um, it will just continue that American imperialism will just continue because
Yeah,
Trump would far right would spread much more hate in the shorter term of time.
yeah, I agree. Because like when you have like contemporary social liberalism or social democracy, people like
Yes, that
a liberal government just uses like what's like reform, like mild, moderate concessions to try appease people into being satisfied whenever there's like some dissent, and like
yes.
that's not how a system's supposed to work.
So
So if
I
you can breed more hate against capitalism in general, then you end up
yes, but
eventually
that's
uprooting
the
it.
thing that far right. No, I mean right wing represents more capitalism, although their its opposition is also capitalist. So the I think it would be much better for Trump to win
Yeah, it seems so.
because much more there will be much more possibility for a civil war in the USA, and I think the civil war is the only chance for America to become socialist.
Yeah, I was reading a book. I just finished it yesterday, and in the last chapter, uh, what's mentioned, it's about like the role of imperialism and social democracy in the First World War. It was written at the beginning of the war, and what's said is like because of imperialism in the West, we're left with two options: permanent war or revolution.
Hmm. Yes,
Like that's our like we have so much uh economic problems and so much debt and so much poverty. I think we're left those are the two options we're left with. Like just nationalist militarism or
yes, but
actually
you
getting
know
rid
what's the
of the
problem?
system.
That's the new invention of the of the leading class. Now as they were leading, the leading class was leading in its opinion. Now the whole developed world is leading in its opinion. It created two another world in their world, and like I think if the all the people in the third world would were much more educated about politics, they would be like socialist in general.
Yeah,
But unfortunately, the developed world is leading in its opinion.
yeah. If you
Like
can,
it's they're always like creating that opinion for everybody that everything in the history, like socialism and fascism, and they're also with that they're also comparing them like they were the same. They just they just are creating that opinion that it was just bad things in history and that liberalism and that system with multiple parties is the is like that's the some fact that it's the biggest democracy.
Yeah, and if you like when liberals breed
So if you are
contempt for socialism and fascism as if they're like two kinds of the same evil, like
yes, yes, and
they're always going to
exact
side with fascism more than they will with socialism.
yes, that's exactly that. Like there are the two sides of the evil, but I think it's just completely the opposite. There is the least evil side and the most evil side.
Yeah, like
So
that's sort of how people view
capitalism,
politics. Like you have good and you have bad. It's just black and white.
yes, if you put it like if you look at the things generally, it is black and white. Like in the first hand, it's not, but then it is.
Yeah, but like politics, it's always been a struggle between like the interests of the people or the interests of the elite.
The leading class.
Yeah, you have like, and this goes back to basically as long as
Yes,
political parties have
you have just
existed.
that ideological spheres, and the movements are just parts of the are parts of these spheres that place themselves in one of them. Do you understand?
Yeah,
So generally looking, it's much more simple. So do you want to ask me something?
hmm. Oh, how long have you like been uh socialist?
For about 2 years.
Okay.
But interestingly, I was National Socialist because I didn't know much about politics.
Oh,
And I was I was um, thinking um, exactly that thing that the most people are thinking now in the developed world, that socialism and no that communism and fascism are the like authoritarian things that authoritarian systems that just uh, connect themselves with each other at the end. Like I was thinking that communism and fascism were somehow connected because of the totalitarian system, which is the mind of the child.
yeah,
So that's how I understand the mind of so many people that are thinking the same now. Because fascism is just the completely opposite, although it's also the complete, how do I say, complete um, authoritarian system. But that's the difference, that this authoritarian system is um, supporting the interest of the leading class. So therefore, fascism is the biggest, the most radical, um, like branch of capitalism, more than liberalism.
Yeah, because like fascism, like fascists call themselves third positionists because they think like they uh, they don't agree with liberalism, they don't agree with socialism,
Yes, but
so
if you
they
look,
end up
they are
coming up with
liberal.
yeah, like they still support private property, but they want to get rid of like it's capitalism without any elements of liberalism that make it liberal.
Yes, but in the economical spectrum, it is liberalism.
Yeah,
Just that authorian structure is that's just the higher stage of the authority of the leading class. So that authorian structure is like uh, having authority in that country that supports the interest of the leading class.
yeah, like uh, fascist, like a fascist state's economy would be like, or a fascist state's economy in relation to the state would be like melding together like political society, like the government with the civil society. Like you combine it together to the point that like, as Mussolini said, like nothing outside of the state, nothing against the state, all within it.
Yes, but you know, this is that fascism generally is that extreme that shows how capitalist international, uh, if you understand me, um, how this capitalist international must, in the first hand, um, support the rights of the workers, so they um, to avoid the to avoid the revolution. So it fascism went so far that this capitalist international um, must support like workers in the first hand, but generally it's completely opposite of the socialism.
Yeah, like fascists say that they support the interests of both classes, but obviously it's not possible. They're just like
Yes, they
fascist
are
Italy, like
privatizing everything.
workers in fascist Italy didn't like really benefit. Their wages uh got lowered and working conditions got rougher.
Yes,
So
yes,
like yeah, this campaign, Mussolini started this campaign to get the population up, and it did go up, but what actually happened is that people were living a little longer because like medical innovation. So instead of like those that higher population being uh mostly younger people, is mostly older people. It's like kind of interesting. Like wants to get the population up for more like
yes,
soldiers, more workers, but no, it's just more old people.
yes. So, okay. So do you have any more question or about fascism?
Uh, no.
Because you know the sad thing is that they describe themselves as a socialist, but they are defending that socialism that they're saying that that worked
Yeah, like
because
they say like they're for the nation, but they
But
They
that
use the
work
banner,
just because like 99% because of the war industry.
like they cover up
And
supporting
yes,
capital with supporting the nation.
what's that?
A lot more.
Yes.
So, like, I wonder if the guy you asked is still here. Okay, no one's here actually. There's no one.
No.
We're not talking to anyone.
Yes.
Oh well,
But I
but
don't know, like you really don't want to show yourself.
no, I don't.
Like you can wear a scarf if you want.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Someone asked about the a lot more, so guess we could talk about that.
But I don't really understand what that exactly means.
The like the famine in Ukraine.
Hmm. Okay, and
Like how people say that Stalin intentionally like tried to starve off the Ukrainians.
okay. Yes, I don't know anything about that, so
Oh, okay.
mm, so do you have any
No, I
more
don't have any
questions
other.
for me?
There's no more questions.
No, but for me, from you,
Oh, I don't know. What do you think about like the oh, I heard that like Poland is like going to ban their Communist Party or something.
who?
Poland, like the Polish government,
Yes,
is
yes,
it's like very
yes.
conservative.
It's conservative pact with Poland, Hungary, and our country, which is like creating now. Like we
Yeah, there
have
might
right
be
wingers now.
oh, what'd you say?
We have right wingers now,
Yeah,
and they are the leader of this party is a very close friend with the leader of Authorian leader of Hungary, right winger of course, and
yeah.
uh, and of and also with Poland. Uh,
Yeah, it's possible that there's like relatively soon it's going to be a second rise of fascism in Europe.
yes, but I think that wave just like a little ended now because if Trump was gonna maintain his position,
Yeah,
it will be that wave of fascism. But I think it ended now for I don't know for how much time. So that's why I wanted Trump to win to speed up all the things because I think
yeah,
it's really much possibility in the war between fascism and socialism than in the war between liberalism and socialism. I think if our country wants to become socialist, there was be a second like occupation. Like, sorry, one other nation um, will have to attack us, like in the World War II, and that right-wingers will collaborate with them,
Oh yeah,
and there will be also like kind of partisan movements.
yeah. You could see like militias or something like that forming. Oh, someone joined.
Hello,
Finally.
hello.
Hello.
Okay, so as you know, you two dear viewers who joined now, um, please stay online.
Yeah. I don't know how long this uh stream has been going because I think
Like,
it's like
I don't
after an
know.
hour.
Can you tell in the comments, please, why so much people don't attend this live video? Like, I totally don't understand because I have like more than 300 of active followers, and you have like 100 on that account. Is that
Oh
true?
yeah, got like I think I couple hundred followers.
Yes, yes, but active followers.
Oh, yeah, I don't have that many.
And I don't know why aren't they joining. So wait, when did you start with your polygram?
When did I start? Well, oh, like October of last year. Like I actually
Uh,
started posting stuff on this account.
yes, this I think this was the first polygram that I followed with my private account. And then I followed some other polygrams, and then I created um, mine.
Okay.
Like you started to post very funny memes.
Yeah.
But did you like have you made it? Have you been making it by yourself or
Well,
not?
sometimes I make original stuff, but it's mainly like reposting.
Yes, me too.
And like I've posted a couple essays, but like yeah, my account just evolved into purely memes.
So you posted essays.
Yeah, I posted a couple.
Hmm. Well, I'm trying to write like ideological book of my own theory.
That's interesting.
Yes, but hmm. So how much time do you want to stay online?
I don't know. I mean, so many. There's not like only three people viewing. We're not getting any new questions, and I don't know. I think we've had a good talk.
Yes, I will have a talk with my probably with my comrade Soviet Chronicles after the New Year. So after the midnight.
Okay.
That's in 4 hours.
Okay. I hope you have fun with that.
Yes. I mean it's hard to find such socialists here as you are. Like serious socialists. Uh,
Yeah,
uh,
got a lot of
of that
irony here.
what?
You have a lot of people are just ironic about it.
Like they're joking with these things.
Yeah.
Yes, I most of the people that I've politically met were the like more than 20-year-olds.
Yeah. Same.
Like
Uh,
I know just one comrade of the same age that is like a really comrade, like serious socialist. But how much are there? How many are there?
I mean, viewing. Two.
Like two of your age.
No, I don't know anyone of my age.
Wait, you live in which state?
New Jersey.
Uh-huh.
Fortunately, New Jersey isn't a right to work state, so you can have unions.
Yes, but I would like to like live in like um more the like biggest country that has more political struggle because here is not happening anything. Here are just protests, liberal protests, and they are very small.
So, I don't know. Want to end it now?
Yes, but
Okay.
we could meet another time if you want.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I should probably start doing more live streams because we've only done three before.
Yes, I've started doing them now, like these days.
Yeah, my first live stream was debating with a traditional conservative.
W really?
Yeah,
But and what did he say?
well, it started off with more of a economic debate, and then
Yes,
it
but
moved on to like
You won the
cultural
debate.
issues. Huh?
You won the debate.
Well, it didn't really it couldn't really move forward because like connection was bad, but it was good debate.
Yes, but you know, when you are talking with fascists, they are completely ignoring the facts.
Yeah, I know.
So that is just stupid to like argue with them.
Yeah,
But if you're
but
talking with liberals, it's different story.
yeah, it depends on ideology.
Yes. So do you want to end now?
Sure.
Okay. Uh, Happy New Year, comrades.
Thank you.
Um,
Happy New Year
Please
to you.
visit our live stream with my comrade Soviet
I will.
Chronicles after the no, yes, but all the viewers um, after the midnight. So bye.
Bye.